I got snow in my pockets, went down again, feet first. Lays drill bits to my brake shoe, pirouette to the heart of it to pay her. Night falls, day breaks, time is a funny kind of violence, and I'm trying to keep in mind it can't leave you the way it finds you. Good grief, I've heard people say what a phrase, what a state to be in, but I don't know where they go to get that feeling. Good grief, my knees stay clean, not much for praying. I do my own stunts and my own saving, but there's something amiss, something I've been missing, baby. Good grief, but how can you tell it from the bad? Maybe it's only in the fact. Good grief's the one that's in your past. They say there's good grief, but how can you tell it from the bad? Maybe it's only in the fact. Good grief's the one that's in your past. This time my best wasn't good enough. Well, usually it is. And the air got a little rough. Took off the fuselage and engine in both wings. But I'm ready to work for this. Just show me what it takes. I'm ready to hurt for this. I know exactly what this is. Good grief, I want that good grief, the one that heals me, that leaves me clarified by fire when I burn clean, tempered by light and heat. On the dead of morning, I've been bitter food and then fortified our eyes. Bust the higher and then it's break champagne. Wings are broken, but I feel no pain. It's real today. I know this feeling that it rains. They say it's good grief, but how can you tell it from the bad? Maybe it's only in the fact. Good grief's the one that's in your past. They say there's good grief, but how can you tell it from the bad? Maybe it's only in the fact. Good grief's the one that's in your past. And secrets don't like to be kept on mine. Jumped over the fence, I guess. I should be upset, but I'm in my nightgown on the lawn, thinking better than that gone. I've been afraid of this so long. It's a relief when it goes wrong. Oh, I'm here now, and death can melt me down, recast me, burn me clean, like glass from sandy ground. I don't believe my will's quite free. I'm half machine, at least half steam. A quietness call on me. How many angels on the head of your pin? Anybody in stilettos can answer that old thing. It's one for the right foot, one for the left. Half an angel per pin at best. Add wings, add heart, add harp, all set. We lean to turn in the velodrome. All lines are curved in the velodrome. We pitch and roll, wheels, flesh and bone, total control, and it's ours alone. We lean to turn in the velodrome. All lines are curved in the velodrome. We pitch and roll, wheels, flesh and bone, total control, and it's ours alone. It goes gospel, gossip, slander, harvest, hunger, rain dance, hand to God. I didn't think it was contagious. Eve leaving Eden in a makeshift dress with a bell to tell us we're hungry. There's a bell that tells us when we're tired. There's a bell that tells us to rise and fight. A bell to rise and die. It's just a bell. Sometimes I'll ring myself to see if I might chime. We lean to turn in the velodrome. All lines are curved in the velodrome. We pitch and roll, wheels, flesh and bone, total control, and it's ours alone. We lean to turn in the velodrome. All lines are curved in the velodrome. We pitch and roll, wheels, flesh and bone, total control, and it's ours alone. We spend our days and nights deciding where to go and how to ride there. And in the end, again, we all vote yes, we all turn left. We lean to turn in the velodrome. We lean to turn in the velodrome. Thanks.
Dessa, everybody. Chime is out now. That's the new album. Yeah, that deserves a round of applause. So last night I was thinking about these articles where you said, science was a huge influence on this album. And I was picturing Dessa wearing like a white coat in a laboratory, checking vials, and then in a CAT scan machine, singing about pain and breakups. How did it actually work out? What was the science influence on this album?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly that. Good.
I don't want to overstate it, but I think both art and science end up being like lenses through which you can learn more about the world. How do I work? How does my body work? How does the planet work? How do I responsibly fit in to my place in the world? And so I'd been dogged by a romance that wouldn't quit long after it should have, and I decided to work with a team of neuroscientists to try to find the love in my brain by imaging it in an fMRI machine.
So kind of true. So what did you learn? What's the
takeaway?
It? Yeah.
I had always learned in philosophy that there's this divide between the mind and the body. This Cartesian idea, right? That there's the base body, and then there's the pristine mind in a Ziploc bag that you carry in your skull. And that's not true. I think everybody kind of knew that before I did, but yeah, love is in your brain. There's olfactory receptors in your heart. It's all connected. Yeah.
So while you were dealing with this, how did you? Yeah, people are feeling that. The connections are happening. How did you take that and then bring that sort of the science and the beauty of universal love into those songs?
Yeah. Well, so the song that we just played was a song called Velodrome. And it's really sweaty here in Austin, and so several people are wiping sweat from beneath their eyes, but I choose to believe it's because they were weeping.
There's tears.
I don't know. I looked away before I could confirm. But that song in part was born out of that investigation because I wanted to know, how much can we control? When you meet someone and you fall in love with them, to what extent is that you making a deliberate choice, and to what extent is that your immune system acknowledging that there's another complementary immune system nearby? And when it's time to fall out of love, I don't know where that fuse is to pull, right? I don't know how willful a decision that is. So some of the biggest parts of our lives, I think, happen involuntarily. And so that was what that tune was about.
Is it, and this is something...
Determinism. Dude. What's up?
I love how excited people are about science right now. Everybody's like, yes, more science.
Yes, queen.
There is that kind of beautiful thing about, love coming out of you in song form. And I'm always curious about musicians performing these songs, which kind of, in a weird way, a science-y way, sort of brings that love over and over. Is it cathartic? What does it do for you?
So I would say that the answer that makes me look cool, and then the answer that does not make me look cool. Okay. So the answer that makes me look cool, and I mean it, I think was like, you know what I do? When I need a therapy session, I go to a therapist. That's what you do for that. Like, song for me was like, no, this is art. It doesn't matter really if it's cathartic or if it feels good, that's not where I go to like battle my demons, trying to make something wonderful. You don't always hit the mark, but that's the goal. But then my mom was also just like, yo, she had said 2 records ago, why do you always make music to bleed out to? And I was distressed that my mom knew that phrase. But also this idea of writing about this love that I couldn't get over and that was so perseverant was probably not helped by performing those songs, 125 times a year.
A little self-flagellation, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you guys should know this about Dessa, besides being an amazing singer, she's also in the band Doomtree. She's some fans of hip-hop in the house. And she's also a writer. And I would love, songwriting is writing, but you have a book that's on the way.
Yeah, it's like a silent song.
Yeah.
It's really long. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the book just a little bit? Give
Sure.
a tease.
A tiny bit, yeah. It's called My Own Devices, and I'd wanted to be a writer since I was a teenager. And it was really gratifying to finally send off this pitch and this manuscript to a fancy New York publisher and get a yes, man. I was not in a leveraging position because I was quite obviously almost crying. It's like, let's talk about an advance. No, I was so stoked. So I'm really proud of it. It comes out in September.
All right. Well, we're all looking forward to the book. I know these people are very excited to hear some more music. Chime is out now. You can pick it up. Let's hear some more off of it. It is Dessa.
Absolutely. And before we hit the next one, thank you so much, Austin. I'd like to very quickly say thank you to my band. This is Matthew Santos. This is Sam Hagshanas. This is Jonathan Marks. And this is Carl Loudon. Thanks for checking it out. They say that your heart is the size of your fist. I can tell you firsthand, I know how that glove fits. It takes your whole life just to teach you 2 tricks. It beats and it attacks, and in between is all of love and lost attraction. You live your life between contractions, and you and I would do just that. But what if I could cure me? Am I so sure which pill I choose? Maybe I'm happier with half of you than I'd be with clean but empty rooms. And the mess it's made of us, there's still so much to lose. The key I swallowed, the lock you picked, all these spinning battles, and I'm still the mark you missed. We should be a settled argument, but I can't do that. I can't remove the screws of my own youth. Can't just pull out all the fuses and start new. Can't erase and can't undo my past with you. And I know it's not the sort of thing you're supposed to show. If you can, you're supposed to try to let it go. You just show them what you can and soldier through. But what if I could cure you? Am I so sure which pill I choose? Maybe I'm happier with half of you than I'd be with clean but empty rooms. And the mess is made of us, there's still so much to lose. I get this feeling when I'm far away from home, that I don't know the girl I'd be if we'd left well enough alone. Well enough. I'd be with clean but empty rooms. In the mess it's made of us, there's still so much to lose. Maybe I'm happier with half of you, and I'd be with clean but empty rooms. In the mess it's made of us, there's still so much. There's still so much left to lose. Thanks. Pop was a dirty word for most of my upcoming in hip hop, so that was a lot of fun to write because it felt like we were doing something bad. Double jointed, triple threat. I'm not some method actress trying to see my descent. You're gonna have to play the tape backwards. Save that breath for quiet practice. Got no time for my detractors. Standing on my staircase, all you are is a fire hazard. I put my time in now. I'm vetted, uncontested. See how an honest answer shuts down? Mother, ask a trick questions. I'm out here arms wide, hiding nothing. I've done it all in broad daylight. I let the cameras run. Phoenix and the ash, red eye shining in the camera. My secret is I don't keep none. See something, go ahead and say something. I ain't afraid of it, I don't down, won't stay down. He finds a way to rise somehow. Stand the crowd is out, coming out and out. Don't see too many rivals now. I don't need an agenda, I just tell the truth. Let it off the leash and don't touch it. It knows what to do when I'm running a tight ship. Every deckhand here has a 5-year plan and an ice pick. I got right code that could drive stick. I got an octave on you and a high kick. Don't think I don't block, I'm a bleeder. All I do is hit. I don't win them all, but I'd say I take 5 out of 6. Clock's running, better glove up if you insist. Okay, let's see who's really counting cool and who's been counterfeit. I'm a phoenix and the ash, red eye shining in the camera flash. My secret is I don't keep none. See something, go ahead and say something. I ain't afraid of it, I don't drown, won't stay down. He finds a way to rise somehow. Still the crowd is up, coming out and out. Don't see too many rivals now. I cut my own gills with a pocket knife, turning my fingers into sockets. My daily dose of lightning just buzzed enough to get me climbing up the kite string. My back is aching, my belt's too tight, but a chisel tip to this pencil fight. No luck, just fortified dice. I'm going morning and night, and I'm really rising. The fire on the horizon, the phoenix and the ash, red eye shining in the camera flash. My secret is I don't keep none. See something, go ahead and say something. I ain't afraid of it, I don't drown, won't stay down. He finds a way to rise somehow. Scan the crowd is out, coming out and out. Don't see too many rivals. I'm the phoenix and the ash, red eye shining in the camera flash. My secret is I don't keep none. See something, go ahead and say something. I ain't afraid of it, I don't drown, won't stay down. He finds a way to rise somehow. Skin the crowd is out, coming out and out. Don't see too many rivals now. Thanks South by Southwest. Thanks, the current.